Hey, how's it going? Oops, let's turn off this thing down here. Good, we're good there. We are okay here. Excellent. Let me see. Let me check chat real quick. Alright, everything's operational. Good to go. Now I need to mute myself because I want to split screenception, but there we go. Excellent. Let's go ahead and do some tender testing. Whew, 13 meat. Well, let's give it a shot. Push that. Too many random things there. I guess I should post that I am streaming somewhere, social media stuff. Hey, I got a hamburger, that's pretty nice. We'll let this for a bit. What was I doing? I was going to test out some tender. Also, I'm not sure if my chat is loading. Let me check. Hey, Inferdays. Yes, you are first. Hey, what's going on? So, if we want to run this, what did we run this with? I think this is what we ran this with last time. And I think this works. Yeah, this works. Hey, Mr. Capsule. How's it going, dudes? Hey, Ando. This is gonna get the 3 trains started. Alright, there we go. And now everything's a 3 train. Oops. Alright, let's save for the blood donation stacks. I keep forgetting about that. Let's see. Yeah, how are you guys doing? Let's see. Ah, shoot. I used the blood donation stack again. Dang it. Not what I meant to do. Yeah, anyways, we have some interesting stuff to talk about today, actually. Well, well, there was one interesting thing I could think of, which is actually a PvP team I've been trying out lately. So we can talk a little bit about PvP teams. As you guys can see, last time we were playing, I was using Sentinel. I was using like a Sentinel, Gone, Alexander team before, and it looked like it was doing pretty well, but then I started running into trouble against, oddly enough, Alexander teams. I was running into a lot of trouble with not just Alexander teams, but especially like teams that are running like Mondrian. The burst damage is too high for that team to deal with. So yes, the new team that I want to talk about, Mr. Capsule, is Hikari, Archon, Mundeok. It is actually super legit. It is super legit. And also, I'm gonna die because I'm not getting any healing. Okay, there we go. But it is actually a super legit team. And I'll show you guys that in just a little bit. But yeah, that is the team I've been running lately, and it is really good. It's really good. Sometimes it gets a little bit dicey, just because there's no tanking in there. Like, I mean, Mundeok can sort of tank, and I do have, oh god, we're gonna die. We're actually gonna die. We're actually dying. Okay, we died. Okay, that's what happens when you get 0 Maria blocks, is you actually die. Well, that's sad. Maybe we have to make Maria our leader. That's really sad. Well, okay, that wasn't terrible. What do I have to do there? I guess if I want to run this team, I have to make Maria my leader. That's kind of sad. I really don't want to make Maria my leader. It makes it go a lot slower. But that's probably what we have to do, huh? Because we can't chance of just not getting any blocks. Probably have to bring like a nut as well. Okay, whatever. We'll run that one more time. Hey Soga. Yeah, so Shield of Invincibility on Mundeok does help the tankiness of the Hikari, Mundeok, Archon team. But if you get bursted down, you get bursted down. Like, if you're up against like a Robin Hood, or someone with piercing damage, even like a, oh Jesus, what am I doing here? Okay. If you run into someone with piercing damage, like a Robin Hood, or, I don't know, who else would be dangerous? Mondrian can be very dangerous for that team too. See, this goes a lot slower if you don't have, at least it's more survivable, but it goes a lot slower if you don't have, here we go, now we're good, so retraining. But, yeah, but the Mundeok, Hikari, Archon team feels really good. It finishes battles super fast though, too. Because you start off with a Mundeok 3 chain, you just clear out people so quickly. And I had heard people recommend this build to me before, at least in terms of Mundeok and Archon, and I had been very skeptical because I was like, it's not really working all that well because sometimes I just don't get the Archon blocks, and it worked out really poorly. But with Hikari in there, Hikari does a lot of damage, and very consistent damage too. Like Archon felt a little bit dicey by herself, but with Hikari, it was really good. It was really good. Hey, Kizik. In fact, Kizik, I don't know. Were you the one that recommended the Hikari or the Archon Mundeok team? I'm trying to remember. Because I can see why Archon Mundeok could be good. It just doesn't feel. But Hikari adds a lot of stability to that team. And I forgot who the third person I was using that team. Maybe it was like a Robin Hood or something before. But yeah, it's a good team. It's a good team, and I'll show that in just a little bit. Just want to get like one completed run of this down first. Wasn't you, huh? I don't know. For some reason I thought it was. I don't know. I have a hard time remembering these things sometimes. Okay, well we have too many blood donation stacks, so we're gonna use a few. And we're just gonna tank this. You prefer Mundeok, Hikari, Dorothy. Interesting. Mundeok and Dorothy, huh? Mundeok, Hikari, Dorothy. Also, we're gonna die again. Jesus. Block art, please. Is anyone having trouble being ascended to Obelisk? I beat it once my partner was hacked or something. You know, I keep hearing that. Oh god, no! Robin Hood died? Oh Jesus, why are they not paying attention? Why didn't we heal him? We had the technology, oh god. Stop it please. Seriously, stop it please. Why are they killing me? This got a lot harder. Robin does so much damage in this level. Alright, well it's okay. We're almost at the boss. And then Sentinel has good single target focus, so hopefully that'll work. And we got like a billion stacks of blood donation, so it'll be okay. Oh Jesus, please don't kill him. Alright, here we go. So theory. Someone said that actually putting a little bit of delay between your blood donation stacks. Well, someone said, I'm not sure if it's true, but someone said that if you space out your blood donation stacks a little bit when you're activating them, it extends the duration of the buff. Because the idea would be you buff, you wait a little bit, then you buff, and then it adds like this, and then you buff, and it adds like this, and you can extend your overall blood donation duration that way. Which makes sense. I think it makes sense. I just actually wasn't sure if it actually worked like that. I know that's how it works for buff stacking for like with Aubrey, so I'm assuming it does work, but just an idea. Something was telling me. Unfortunately, I don't have a great way of testing that because as soon as you try testing this in like training room and stuff, I mean you kill off the dummies. So it's actually hard for me to say if it actually works well like that. But alright guys, the reason I was running this level again was I'm running Tundra normal because I was just curious on how the gold per meet was on this. So let me just record this result real quickly. What do we have here? We have 990, 379, 41, and 348. And then a 4-star bread, which is worth, I don't know how much. Look that up in a second. How much is a 4-star bread worth? Honestly, 4-star breads are probably worth more than their cost in gold, aside from redstone X. But let's go ahead and check. Man, why couldn't this be a shamrock? I haven't gotten a single shamrock, by the way. I don't know why that is. I know this shamrock event's been going on for a while, but I haven't seen a single one. How much is a 4-star bread worth? 4-star bread is worth 260. Okay, great. So in total, that worked out to be about 189 gold per meat for 530 normal. Huh, interesting. So assuming you don't have any quests going on, 589 gold per meat. It's not too bad for that one run of that level. I don't know. It's very inconsistent though. Like, if you don't beat it successfully, and you have a much higher chance of failing it, as we saw, because I did fail it the first time. It's not exactly more efficient in terms of gold, but it can be good for gold. Alright, let's go ahead and do some Coliseum. So we're going to go ahead and show off this team. So last time, a couple days ago, we were trying a different team. I'll go ahead and show the other team first, actually. We were using this team, and this team was pretty... Actually, we were using Alexander. Although Mundeok might be pretty decent. I don't know. Maybe I should try Mundeok. But we were using this team, and this team was pretty decent, actually. It felt cool, but I did find it very susceptible to Nazrune and Mundeok. Nazrune and... Actually, Mundeok, yeah. Nazrune and Mundeok teams. And teams that run, like, wizards as their DPS, because I could only hit the front line, and sometimes the wizards would just burst me down really quickly. Or same kind of problem with to a lesser extent, same problem with hunters, but the hunters typically not as many people run Alexander or hunter teams, but a lot of mage teams I was having problems with. So I'd give this maybe like 90% win rate, but I was losing random battles, so it didn't feel like super consistent. In fact, honestly, my Archon team felt a little more consistent than it. But then I decided, I don't even know why I decided to try this. I was like, let's try Mundeok and Hikari just for the hell of it. Like, I remember thinking, I was like, oh yeah. Well, I think what it was is I was writing an article on like the page for Mundeok on the Play Crusaders Quest website, and I was like thinking to myself, I'm writing stuff for Mundeok, there's a million combinations, but I've heard of this one, why don't we give it a shot? And this felt really nice. So this is not really a hard team, but you'll see how quickly, well, hopefully you'll see how quickly this team bursts people down. It's really cool. Hey, boy. Should I 6-star my Leon or Archon first? Archon's a really good character to 6-star boy. And I think Archon will also be able to carry you through PvP and through like various stages of the game very quickly. Also, wow, that was lag. But yeah, guys. I mean, that was destruction, right? Hikari actually does more damage than Archon typically, but the nice thing about Archon is that Archon can buff Hikari, giving her more resistance penetration, and allowing her to do double tornadoes. So it's really nice. Unfortunately, the thing about Hikari and Mundeok is that a 3-chain from Hikari technically only counts as 2 auto attacks. Like using a single block of Hikari and using a 3-chain Hikari, they both only count as 2 auto attacks. So like doing a 3-chain Hikari doesn't automatically do tornadoes, but it still does a lot of damage, I guess, because it is a 3-chain damage. But it's really nice. Again, these teams might be really easy right now because Bread Dungeon opened and everyone's running Bread Dungeon teams. So teams get a lot easier in Coliseum during this time. But yeah. Hey Ichi, how's it going, dude? So the only problem this team runs into is if I don't get 3 Mundeok blocks. If I just get Archon blocks, it feels a little awkward just because my survivability goes really, really low. Same kind of deal if you had like an Alexander Mew Archon team. As nice as it is to have a bunch of Archon blocks, you at least want 1 Alexander block usually for some survivability. The worst case scenario for me is if I just get a bunch of Archon blocks, or even worse, just a bunch of Hikari blocks sometimes. But normally that doesn't happen, especially if Mundeok is asleep. But yeah, this team is really good. It's really good. Like it feels more consistent than my Archon team even, and my Criminal team. Simply and oddly enough, it's because of some things you might not take into account, like positioning. This team positions really well if Mundeok. Oh god, actually I forgot that Sagruna also destroys my Archon because he has no protection, or she has no protection. But see, yeah, Sagruna Mage Killer almost killed Archon from the start. Forgot about that. But positioning is something that, isn't talked about a whole lot in terms of PvP, but it's really, really important. Because positioning means that when Mundeok does his charge, and I'll show you that in a second, when Mundeok does his charge, it means that he pushes the enemy way far back, and then if your other 2 teammates are still using blocks, they're way behind Mundeok. So things like if Leon did a 3-chain, if Leon does a 3-chain, like right now, if Leon does a 3-chain, Hikari and Archon are way out of harm's way. Same idea if like Archon was using a 3-chain, Archon's meteors and her meteors and her electric orbs tend to hit the front line first, so they'll be focused on Mundeok. But because Mundeok is so far ahead, the electric orbs are not going to be touching Hikari or Archon, because Mundeok is creating so much space for them. Same idea if Lilith does her meteors, and like a Transcendent Mana Recycle Lilith, all of her meteors are gonna land on Mundeok. They're less likely to hit and stun the rest of your team. There are a lot of examples of how positioning is really important. And one of the kings of positioning in terms of like making people miss stuff is Nazir. Nazir makes a lot of people who do linear attacks miss. But that's a different kind of positioning. That's vertical positioning, which if people who have run Nazir can attest to. You make people miss a lot of attacks when you can just die like in a second. And the person who does the most damage is Hikari here. Like Archon does some damage, does some lockdown, but Hikari does a lot of damage. So I actually want to try Mundeok double Hikari. If I could 6-star my other Hikari, it'll be kind of insane. So if you guys are looking to get a Hikari or a reason to train your Hikari, aside from the fact that she's just a really good character for farming and solo carrying throughout the game, this is a pretty good reason if you have a Mundeok. Hey Jaceel, how's it going? What happens when Lilith uses Magic Storm in 2 seconds? Well, yeah, so Heem, honestly the thing about Magic Storm and Lilith is it's a very strong skill, and it can wreck this team, but but the nice thing about the positioning too is that Magic Storm, the way Magic Storms work is actually it targets the outside and then it moves inwards. And usually this works really well on most teams, just because most teams they tend to get like centered in the middle area. So the Magic Storm hits them on the edge and then works its way to the middle, and it hits all 3 of your characters once it's in the middle. The nice thing about Mundeok though is if he is charging, he will create such a wide gap between your characters that the Magic Storm starts on the outside edge and hits your characters, but as it works its way into the middle, it actually only focuses down on your center character, who would be Hikari, which is still not ideal. But you can use a Sarah Shield against Magic Storm, and you're always PG. Like, it's fine. Sarah Shields are like an easy counter to Magic Storm, and not to mention the fact that AI Lilith is not very efficient in terms of generating SP. AI Lilith just uses 3 chains, which is just terrible because it doesn't actually build up. It doesn't use her passive properly. So Liliths and AI Liliths are usually not a problem. If you're gonna be fighting like other people, okay, if you're fighting other people, clarification guys, this is a good team for Coliseum in terms of like finishing off Coliseum really quickly, like, you know, climbing your Coliseum ranks. If you want to fight other people in like friendly duels, I'm not exactly sure how strong this team is, because honestly, this team does die very quickly to like sneak Susanoo. This team would just get obliterated. And the reason they get obliterated is because Mundeok has good resistance, but not good armor. So Mundeok would just die very quickly to high physical damage. So this is not necessarily a good team for friendly duels, but it's a really good team, I think, for other things. See, that's a little bit of a scary team. So we'll go back, and the reason this is a scary team is because there's a lot of physical damage, and Mundeok can't take physical damage. So we might try that for round 10, but I want to get some more consistent wins first. Can you try Dorothy Mundeok? Oh yeah, sure, Kizik. I'll give that a shot. This is a little slow around because we didn't get any Hikari blocks, but still it's fine. Let's see. Alright, so I do not have a sneak or a number 9 Sobra. I have neither, so they definitely make Coliseum a lot easier to run. If you have one of those guys, you should definitely, and you're considering who tries 6-star and you don't have them 6-star, sneak and number 9 are top tier characters. Personally, I prefer number 9 because she has more flexibility in compositions, but yeah, those guys are very strong. Yeah, see, this seems amazing, right? It does get, I mean, Archon does have a chance of dying, but even if Archon dies, Hikari still does a lot of damage. She actually does more damage than Archon in most cases. Do you think we're gonna get Milk after maintenance instead of contracts from now? That'd be very sad for days, because I think Milk is pretty useless. Unless you're like trying to, like, even if I was trying to like speed level a character, like honestly it doesn't take me that long. It takes me like a day to get a character to like 6 stars, and then another maybe half a day to get him to level 60. So it's not really my priority. Milk is not ideal. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna give us Milk instead, because if they did, I'd be kind of sad. Because, especially for high-level players, Milk is really useless. Like, high-level players don't need Milk. Just, whoa, oh god, alright, well I messed up, guys. I really messed up. Come on, please don't punish me. There we go. Ugh! Okay, there we go. Oh, yes. Oh, no. Yes, there we go. Aha. Okay. Whew. That was close. Wow. I messed that up bad. Well, so if you screw up, if you're mistake prone and you don't use your blocks properly, you also can die. But yes, I will use the Dorothy Mundeok in a little bit. I'll try that out. Hey Heats, I'll try that out in a little bit. On my next arena ticket, because I want to get through 10 wins on this one first. All right, so this would be the easy win. We're gonna try the harder win, which is this one. Ichi asks, how is the Sentinel PvP team? Is the one you're using better now? So the one I'm using now is definitely better, Ichi. The Mundeok Hikari Archon team is a lot better than the Sentinel, Gon, Alexander team. And I'll talk about that a little bit more. Oh, let's see. Let me finish this round first. But I'll talk about that a little bit more. So the issues I eventually ran into with the Sentinel team was actually positioning issues. And what I mean by that is we had very low damage against characters who were sitting in the back line. So I couldn't hit like mages who were really far in the back, and that was really destroying me. Oh god, we actually might die here. Yeah, we're gonna die. Oh no, we're not gonna die. Hikari's amazing. Hikari just 18,000 damage. And I didn't have that many blocks for her. She was just auto-attacking like mad. But, okay. Yeah, a shield invincibility is a must for Mundeok. Especially on these kind of teams. Because otherwise your team doesn't have the survivability. But, going back to the Sentinel conversation. And I'll go ahead and pull up that team right now on my next ticket. But, oh yeah. Oh, Heats, yeah. Chocolat is OP in World Boss and Bread Dungeon. Yeah. Yeah, she can be. Definitely. So, the Sentinel team that we're talking about. A couple days ago, we were theory crafting, and I was running this Sentinel team right here. Where's Alexander? Oh god, please don't let me lose this one. This is actually kind of a tough team because it's Mondrian. So the issues I have with this team, or the issues I had with the team, it's not that I have personal issues with it. No, I think it's a good team still. But it has roughly, I'm gonna throw a number out there. I'd say like, if Archon team had a 95% win ratio, like Archon, Mew, Alexander has a 95% win ratio. This team has maybe a 90% win ratio. And the reason this team has issues is actually positioning. I was running into Nazarene teams and teams that are running Dione, and those teams were absolutely wrecking this team because I kept getting knocked up in the air, causing Sentinel and Gon to miss their attacks. And Sentinel has such a slow cast animation when he uses his blocks that he was actually just missing like so many of his attacks. It was a ridiculous number of his attacks. So like because Sentinel actually launches out the little probes, and the probes, if they fly in a line. If they don't connect in that line, they just miss. So Nazarene was actually wrecking this team. So was Dione, which we apparently didn't encounter during stream, which is why this team went like 20 wins undefeated on stream. But Nazarene was wrecking my day. Teams like with Mondrian and Alexander were also wrecking my day because the build-up for this team was not quite as fast as I was hoping. I didn't realize this until afterwards, but when you use Gon or when you use Joan to feed SP to your leader, even though it says it feeds 30 SP, in the way it actually works in PvP or in Coliseum is it only feeds 18 SP per Gon or per Joan block, so it's not 30 SP straight up. Meaning you need twice as many blocks to get the same effect. Let's try an easier team. This is a slightly easier team. Alright. So this team had a little bit of issue of finishing off mage teams because it couldn't hit the backline character, and it would just blow us up before the 3-chain combo got going. And it had problems, especially of Nazarene and Dione. We just got wrecked so hard by it. But I'll go ahead and show you guys how the team works, just because. So Alexander's just buying time until we get everything else rolling, and then we just start 3-chaining like mad, and yeah, we just nuke people down. So the problem with this team is it's not super high burst damage. Like Sentinel just takes a really long time to actually start firing. Like his cast animation is very slow. He can do good damage. It's just he's slow about doing it, which is the main issue I had with him. So this was a Sentinel, Gon, Alexander team. Idea is Alexander tanks for your team. Gon feeds SP to Sentinel to get his Western Gunner up faster, and the Sentinel just starts 3-chaining constantly, which does a lot of magic damage to frontline characters, and also procs Gon to fire her passive 3-chains. But yeah, let's try out that other team that you were recommending, the Dorothy team. Can we try out the Dorothy team without dying? I don't know if we can beat this team with a Dorothy team. Like, what would that look like? That'd be like Dorothy. Try like Dorothy Hikari. I mean, again, Hikari's gonna be doing the majority of the damage here. So, alright, Dorothy Hikari Mundeok. Again, I think Hikari will be doing the majority of the damage here. I actually don't know how to properly do this, but let's hope. The way this works is you have to use a Dorothy 1 chain, and then a Mundeok 3 chain, and then a Dorothy 1 chain or 2 chain, which sounds really awkward, but sometimes it works out. I don't know. Honestly, it just sounds a little bit awkward to me. I don't think it's as good as Archon either, because Archon just says straight up use Mundeok, use Archon block, get electric orbs. Like it's really amazing. So this actually just feels weaker than Archon for that reason, but we'll give it one shot. I don't know how well it's gonna do. I'm pretty sure Hikari's gonna do a majority of the damage, so I have a bit of a safety net there, but I don't know. Let's give it a shot. Let's at least try. Ideally, we'll end up with like 2 Mundeok blocks, a Dorothy block, a Mundeok block, and then another Dorothy block. That would be an ideal composition. No, we didn't do it, but okay. See, the awkward thing is, now that he's charging, if I get a Dorothy block, it's just going to do a Dorothy 3 chain. It's not going to do her passive. So that's not ideal. Ideally, we would have had a Dorothy 1 block followed by, but you know, even despite all that, Dorothy still did 10,000 damage, which is pretty darn good. That's kind of impressive, considering we didn't even use her passive at all. So getting Dorothy's passive to work with Mundeok seems like it's a bit of a challenge. Same way that Hikari might be a challenge, but Hikari actually has a much easier time than Dorothy just because Hikari can use a 2 chain or a 1 chain. Dorothy is locked into using a 1 chain and then a 3 chain. We'll try this out a few more times just to see how we feel. And we'll reject this quest as well. Yeah, forget that, we don't need 122 on her. Ichi asks, would it be better if you change your Mundeok to Alex since you can just tap on Alex blocks to form Archon 3 chains? Let's see. If you're asking, is Alex and Mundeok, or is Alexander and Archon good together? Yeah, they're absolutely good together. There's no question about that. But the idea behind this team is that it's just more burst damage. So the whole idea behind this kind of team where you have Mundeok, Hikari, and Archon is that when Mundeok uses his charge, his 3-chain charge, it turns Hikari's 1 blocks into 3 chains. It also turns Archon's 1 blocks into 3 chains. And the thing about Archon is that Mundeok's passive counts as a buff, so that if you use Mundeok 3 chain in a single Archon block without using anything else, it counts Archon's 3 chain as a buffed 3 chain, so she'll summon the orbs immediately. So you can just do Archon, Mundeok 3 chain, Archon 1 chain, and suddenly you've summoned electric orbs from Archon, and you also give an Archon 60 SP. So it's really nice. Builds up that mana recycle really quickly too. But oh, Pikachu, thank you. Yes, I need to check the bakery. Yes, I forgot to check my bakery. Thank you. I forgot that got done. Jesus. Especially when it's a 24-hour bakery, you really want to check these things. Alright, what we get? Strawberry pie and 4 snack wraps. Okay. I'll take the strawberry pie. 4 snack wraps seems like a bit of overkill. Jesus. I kind of want to run large oven. I know that's probably not right. And I just want... Alright, no, right, that's not right. We're gonna run the master oven. But I really kind of want to run large oven just for a higher chance of getting those stupid, whatchamacallit, shamrock cupcakes. I haven't got a single one. It makes me kind of sad. More sandwiches isn't a bad EG. I mean, yeah, 5-star donuts is very meh, but yeah, I don't know. I'm wondering if large oven is better to heat, especially with the Shamrock event going on. I feel like large oven might be the better call, because the Shamrocks are like 200 value, 30 great rate, which is amazing when you pair it up with like a donut, and just really good value. Just really good value. Huh. Oh well. Yeah, the Shamrock feels like a lie. I know, right, guys? It really does feel like a lie. I haven't seen a single Shamrock cupcake, even though I've been farming like the boss levels like mad. I haven't seen a single one. That stuff's a lie. Let's go ahead and run one level of desert first. Put our meat on cooldown. Why are we? No, we don't want to. Let's just go ahead and use like this, just for fun. Do we need to train anyone? I don't think we need to train anyone. We've just been training like duplicate heroes and returning them for honor. Right. You only got one Shamrock once this weekend on Oven? Really? Yeah, yeah. Huh. You got one on bread 17, farming 2 5-star bread. Really, dude? You got 6 on bakery? Mr. Castle. Alright, well that's the dream, is getting 6 from bakery. I didn't get any. Jeez, 6? Man. That would be nice. So another thing is actually, I think, well, let's see. I think Mundeok's charge also counts as a buff for Hikari. So meaning that if Mundeok is charging and then Hikari happens to fire tornadoes, she'll fire 2 tornadoes. So let's go ahead and test this. Yeah. 1, 2. Yeah, it does count as a buff for Hikari. That's cool. Mundeok charging counts as a buff for Hikari. So she'll fire 2 tornadoes if Mundeok's charging and she's firing her double tornado. Kinda neat. Also, there's so many shields of invincibility with Mundeok that he seems really, really more survivable than he leads on. Like, we don't have a healer, right? And Mundeok, I guess apparently he has lifesteal on his weapon, but Mundeok is not dying. He has barely taken any damage. Because he has so many shields of invincibility, and he takes 50% less damage when he's 3 training. Pretty insane. You got 7? What the heck? I am DB2. You got 7 Shamrock cakes? Jeez, guys. Oh, excuse me. I just feel saying that because jelly of the Shamrock cupcakes. Alright, that's also good. Okay, we have too many snack wraps. Just not one. Oh, we got a follow. Ah, who did it? Who is it? No! I have to increase the wait time. Alright, let's increase the wait time. Well, thank you for following whoever followed. No, I have to increase the wait time. I forgot how. Ah, darn. I'll do it later. Anyways, thank you for following. Let's go ahead and, well, let's train someone. So later we'll do some promotions, guys. I got a few more archers to level 30, so we'll train up these guys and hopefully get Niven. Because Niven Mundeok is also pretty good. It looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and train this person. Alright, we'll throw a few croissants at them, a couple snack wraps, and a rice donut. There we go. Well, technically we're not done. We need to throw like one more donut on that, right? But we used a lot of our bread, so we don't have to sell any bread anymore. I didn't know this song was from free. Yes, it is a song from free, although you have a cap to face, so I think you might have known. I don't know. Let's go to Red Dungeon, because we want to keys up. I'm just running a standard Archon party, although technically I could run Dart here. Dart's actually pretty good. Let's go ahead and run Dart. If you guys have questions about the game, about team compositions, about what I'm doing, feel free to ask. Dart does pretty good in this dungeon, though, if I can find her. But Dart, Archon, anyone who does multiple hits on 3 chains, pretty ideal. Let's go do this. guess I could just ran Dark's Leader, but yeah, whatever. It's fine. Why I waste money, Heem? Well, the reason I wasted money, Heem, is because I would need to use better bread if I want to actually get the 533, which, my opinion is I'd rather waste a little bit of money on a 3-star character as opposed to wasting better bread on a 3-star character. So that is the idea behind it. Alright, let's go ahead and pop these. Can you believe I still haven't gotten a Mew after 1 month of trying? What? Seriously, Mr. Caps? You still haven't gotten a Mew? Oh, Jesus. Sorry, dude. That's really sad. Hey, that's a pretty nice bread. Macaroons, boys. Macaroons. Alright. Alright. Pretty nice. I'll take that. So in terms of who I'm gonna 6-star next, huh? I think my Archon Hikari team is pretty good as ready. Although I am really tempted to 6-star my other Hikari. So in the last 2 times there were premium events, we got 2 Hikaris. Well, we got Hikari, and then we got another Hikari. So off of the 50 gem contracts, we got Hikaris, which is kind of cool. But I'm really tempted to 6-star my other Hikari. Although other people that I'm considering for 6 stars are Nazrune, and actually, I don't know. There's too many people. There's way too many people. But possibly Nazrune. Nazrune would probably be the most PvP viable person to be next. But in terms of like just testing stuff out, I think I was tempted to try out Hikari, or not Hikari, Kaori or Beasorden or Stein. Too many people though. Too many people to 6-star. Oops. So yeah, I might not 6-star my other Hikari, although that might make my PvP team really strong with Mundeok double Hikari. The reason I'm not doing it is because, oh god, well, these both look like tough teams. I don't think Dorothy's the right call here, but we'll go ahead and keep testing Dorothy. Am I interested in trading card games or collectible card games? This looks kind of good. It comes out. Closed beta testing is 3/24. Really? Oh, it's made by Nexon, huh? I'll take a look at that in a second, Heats. I actually do like card games. I'm a really big fan of like Magic the Gathering and Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay. I'm a really big fan of Magic the Gathering and other card games. Can't think of which ones right now. Hey, we're invincible, Mundeok. Can't touch this. Oh, Sobra, thank you for following. No, I am super. Well, thank you for following, boy. Let's see. I can't see chat anymore for some reason. Do you watch Vanguard? I haven't seen Vanguard, team. No, I'm very appreciative. I am very appreciative. Like, I was super excited to get Hikari. I've been wanting a Hikari for a very long time, so the fact I got 2 was amazing. Sometimes I say pretty... I don't know, if you guys have watched, or, like, listened to me enough, I have certain ways of talking where I tend to say things... I tend to, like, sugarcoat bad things, I guess, but also when I say things are... I tend not to be, like, overemphasize how good I feel about certain things. Like, if I say pretty good, usually it means really good. Usually pretty good means really good, but I reserve my excitement sometimes. But pretty good usually means like, yeah, it was really good. It's really good. I don't know why I say things like that, but I do. Also, chat died for some reason. Okay, I think it's back alive now. I don't know. Hey, Lab Monster, how's it going, dude? Maybe Archon with Mana Storm with Mundeok? Maybe? I don't know. Magic Storm is okay on Archon, but I don't feel like Archon necessarily needs the AoE skill just because she has her electric orbs. And Transcend Mana Cycle on Archon also is really legit. It's really legit. Super legit. Like, Transcended Mana Recycle on Archon makes Archon really good in PvP and really good at solo farming levels. Yeah, it's a really good skill. Because it buffs up her next 3 chain, so she always summons orbs on her next 3 chain. Very nice. Alright, let's keep trying this. This actually might be kind of tough, because they actually have a tank this time. And they have block generation. So Mondron's going to get off his 3 chains, for sure. Oh, Jesus. Alright, let's not die. Hey, okay, that worked out pretty nicely. You know, honestly, Mundeok is also a hero who is very positioning dependent. His doppelgangers can miss if your team's positioning is really weird. Which in our case, I think it was really weird because our team is really spread out. I don't know if you guys watch the fights, but the team tends to be really spread out because Mundeok is creating so much space that he probably can't gather us up in one clump and burst us down really quickly. That's another nice thing. We'll keep trying this Dorothy thing. I'm not convinced that Dorothy is quite the person we'd want to run this team, just because I feel like Archon's has better synergies, first of all, because she buffs Hikari, and gives her more magic penetration damage, but also because she summons electric orbs. And alright, this is a pretty ideal. Alright, here we go. And we just need one more, and then we can do bam, lasers. See, that is an ideal scenario where we actually get to use Dorothy's 3-chain passive. But, again, she only did 10,000 damage still, so, she only did half the damage. Oh man, Heat, you're trading number 9 for a Mundeok? Jesus, I have a Mundeok. I have an extra Mundeok. Trade me, trade me. I want a number 9. I want a number 9. Alright, so we're gonna switch back to Archon, because I think Archon's just too good. Too good with this team. But, isn't there a team with 2 Mundeoks, Lucille? I don't know, Lucille, is there? The problem with 2 Mundeoks is they don't actually proc each other. So if you use a Mundeok 3-chain, it doesn't mean that you can use a 3-chain of your other Mundeok. Because they, like, ignore the other Mundeok's passive. So, it doesn't work together, unfortunately. This is a Brendan team. But, so, a Mundeok 3-chain, a 3-chain from Mundeok number 1 does not mean that Mundeok number 2 gets to do a 3-chain off a single block. Heroes with, if you have multiple of the same hero in the party, their passives don't affect each other. Aside from Sasquatch, if you have multiple Sasquatches, technically the icicle stacks, so you can do a 1-chain with 2 Sasquatches, and they'll stun the enemy. Oh, thank you for following, Mr. Caps, you hadn't followed yet? Really? That seems unusual. Really? I don't believe that. You've been around so long, it's hard for me to believe that you haven't followed it. Well, thank you for re-following, I suppose. I didn't know that worked. I thought that wouldn't work. Interesting. Interesting. Well, this team could be kind of tough, I don't know. We'll see. Nah, not really. It doesn't have the mana recycling or generation. And number 9, maybe number 9 is running Swift Attack. Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. Hikari does so much damage. She did 14,000 damage with like very few blocks. It's really good. What happens when you have 2 Mundeok and 1 DPS team? I have no idea. Oh. Well, I guess I just kind of told you, but yeah, I think you mess up because your blocks get all messed up. But yeah, I was just gonna say, Mr. Castle, you felt like the first day you got here, maybe the bot is confused. I don't know, because it's not like you click unfollow and refollow. I don't know, the bot must just be confused. Alright, well thank you whoever else was following. I'm not sure who. Because the bot was very confused on life in general. See, we're invincible now. Mundeok actually does pretty decent damage too. Mundeok did 3k damage, which is not bad considering Mundeok's a paladin. Hey Dalger! What's going on? TTT. What is TTT? Huh, Ichi just refollowed, but the bot didn't work. Yeah, Ichi, I don't think the bot is supposed to acknowledge people who have followed already in the past, because otherwise people could just spam, like, follow, unfollow, follow, unfollow. But I don't know why it suddenly decided that Mr. Capsule had followed after, like, I don't know, months, weeks. I'm not really sure. It's been a while. But yeah. Do you plan to do the Mundeok Niven combo heat? Yes, I'm going to try that out. So I'm going to go for a Niven promote a Niven, and then we'll try out the Mundeok Niven combo. Trouble a terrorist camp. Oh, the Gmod thing. Okay. Hey, 10 Coliseum wins. Yeah, this team is actually on like a 40 win streak, a 40 Coliseum win streak. This is a pretty, it feels like a pretty consistent team. So let's send out some honor. Oh, we already sent out honor. Okay. Sure. Huh. Your friend did the combos. This is weak against tinky teams like Krim, Sasano, Alexander, huh? Interesting. Yeah. The thing is, I thought the idea is though that it wouldn't matter if they're tanky or not, just because it's supposed to be doing neutral damage equal to like 3% of their max HP. So tankiness would not be as big a factor, but maybe I misunderstand the combo because someone else came into chat and they were showing us the combo or testing it for us, and they say it does depend a lot on Niven's damage. Like Niven actually has to have pretty decent damage for the combo to do good damage. So maybe it is just magic-based damage, so, which is why tanky teams would be difficult to burst down. Huh, interesting. But yeah, I'll give it a shot once I get Niven. Oh, yeah. Well, there are a lot of teams that weren't good against MDR, yeah. Huh. I heard MDR is not really dead either. I heard MDR can still work, it's just not anywhere close to the power level it used to be. But, honestly, the team synergy is just not there. There's no one that actually triggers other people's 3-chains. Like, you literally have to trigger a 3-chain with one person before the rest will actually do anything. And then you have to continue 3-chaining with people. But, yeah. The days of MDR, huh? Have since passed. Looking wistfully off into the distance. Shamrock from Bread Dungeon. Oh, alright, there we go. How good is Smoke Bomb on World Boss, Mr. Capsule? It's really good. It's really good. I mean, you're doing like 3% of their max HP per hit. It's really good. that could easily be like it's a ton of damage. I don't know. It's a ton of damage, especially if you have characters who do multiple hits. I mean, there's 6 characters in World Boss, so you're bound to do a lot of damage. But yeah, it's really good. Sorry, SSS1001. I can't read your comment. Can anyone translate? Yes. I don't speak Chinese. Luckily, you guys can speak Chinese, or write Chinese rather. But unfortunately, I do not know any. If you guys could do some translations for me, that'd be nice. I actually haven't. That's the first pure Chinese viewer I've had, I think. Like, I know a lot of you guys know how to speak Chinese and are of Asian descent, but I haven't had anyone from the Chinese channels come in, I felt like. You're gonna try for top 5 next week with your current team? Yeah, I'll probably try it because I think this team is the current PvP team I have is really consistent. So oh no, Looker, Hikari cancel this level is just that it goes faster if I use Mundeok. It just goes faster if I use Mundeok. Like, Hikari can do it solo, but I'm just trying to speed through these levels because I'm not really trying to train up anyone. Do I want this quest? Maybe I'll give it a shot. Maybe I'll try out the deep sea quest. I usually hate the deep sea quest just because the meat cost is really high and the rewards are less than ideal. But maybe I'll give it a shot. Because they might have changed it since the patch. They might have changed it. They did change a lot of the gold drop rates on a lot of levels. So it's possible they made Deep Sea more worth it in terms of gold. Because before it was just absolutely terrible. But maybe they made it worth it. But yeah. No, Hikari could solo this. I was just bringing Mundeok just because Mundeok expedites the whole process. And I don't really have too many other people I'm trying to train. Like, I'm just training up repeat characters and returning them for honor right now. So... Wait, you're all Chinese viewers? Wait, so does everyone here like speak and write Chinese aside from me? Oh, he's hostile? Is he really Ichi? That's sad to hear. Why is he hostile? I can't even speak his language right now. Alright. Interesting. Well, if he keeps saying hostile things, we'll time him out. But hey Nakbar, how's it going? Max out Mandy, maybe. What's up, Nakbar? You have something to tell me? Something good happened? Hopefully. I tried this troll team as in the world boss. It works, but you also need a decent teammate. Mundeok, Seal Invincibility, Dart, Smoke, Archon, Motorcycle. I changed Dart back to Lapis Lazuli anyways. Is that a troll team? It seems really good. Actually, it's kind of legit. Is that why is that troll? It seems good. It sounds like a good team dial, I don't know. Why would it be troll? Oh, he just wants a PvP, I see. Interesting. Alright, well, Don't really want guys like that around. I don't know what kind of person goes into a person's like channel and is like, yeah, fight me, streamer. That's kind of rude. Honestly, my friendly PvP teams are not super strong either. I have like okay mechanics and stuff. Like I have an understanding about the game, but if I really want to have an overpowered, like friendly PvP team, I don't think his match would be very friendly at all. I'd probably just run like double sneak Susano. Or even just like triple sneak, honestly. Triple sneak would probably be the way to go. So kill them before they even get on screen. Like run Pristina, use triple sneak, shoot them before they even get on screen. How good is a 5-star Mondrian? 5-star Mondrian is really gross, Snackbar. 5-star Mondrian does pretty good damage. He can kill you in PvP if you're not careful. I remember when Mondrian was, well, this is back when Mondrian was really OP. He's less OP now, of course, but 5-star Mondrian is still not to be trifled with, especially if you have 2 5-star people up against each other. They're really tough to deal with. Mondrians, that is. I mean, wow, Dalger. You speak a lot of languages. That's a lot. I mean, technically I'm Chinese too, but I was born in America, so didn't go to Chinese school, never learned Chinese. Not that, I do wish I understood Chinese, but unfortunately I do not. So that's the thing. Yeah, but Mondrian with a 6-star Mondrian would be really powerful. Mondrian's still one of the most powerful wizards. I think the most powerful wizards are probably like Lilith, Mondrian, and Nazrune, and Archon kind of is just slightly behind those guys. I don't know. Actually, I'm not sure. Right now, it's still kind of a toss-up between Nazrune and Archon for me, but Nazrune's pretty strong. Archon's also strong, but Nazrune's pretty strong. I have a lot more problems. Well, I don't know. They're both really strong. So Nazrune and Archon are roughly equal power level to me. But yeah, those are probably the strongest wizards right now. Hey, Ray! Oh, there was no email notification? Oh, sorry, Ray. I don't know why. I have no idea why the email notification didn't go out. Oh, Kizik. It's okay, dude. You probably know more than me, is what I assume, because I never went at all. Like, I just didn't go to Chinese school, period. Like, my parents were like, oh yeah, you don't need to go to Chinese school, you're in America. So, I was like, dang. In a way, I guess it freed up time for me in my childhood, but at the same time, I kind of regret not having an opportunity to go to. Like, I didn't know any better that I should go, and when I got to college, I was like, man, everyone's speaking Chinese, but I don't understand any of this. Kind of limiting. Kind of limiting. Hey, Haru, how's it going, dude? Dang, you guys speak a lot of languages. I am very jealous. Mandarin, Cantonese, Hakka, and Malay, huh? Yeah, I am jealous. All I know is like a little bit of Japanese and a little bit of French and an even smaller amount of Spanish. None of these languages I could speak comfortably. Yeah, there are variations of Chinese. Yeah, Mandarin, Cantonese, Shanghainese, different dialects, right? Hey, Tanissus, how's it going? Do Thor Himiko Korn. You know, that sounds interesting. Ando, did you trade up your corn? Um, is that why Jasil suggesting it? Because I do have a 6-star Thor. Ooh, I could trade a 6-star corn. A 6-star corn actually is pretty exciting. Maybe I will 6-star corn. Because corn got a lot better with the last patch. So maybe I will 6-star corn. Oh. This is, you don't speak anything, but you're trying to learn the Mandarin from your girlfriend. I'm really bad with the tones. Hey, this is, I can tell you guys a story about when I tried teaching myself Chinese and like, I think it was, I forgot, it might have been high school, as embarrassing as that is. But I think I tried teaching myself Chinese in high school with no one to, like, alright, well first of all, I grew up in the South in the United States. And the South in the United States means like this, the South in the United States means like, stereotypically there's like a lot, like, you know, hillbillies and hicks, which is not really true. There's not that many. I mean, because there's still, you know, very educated areas as well. But what is true is that there are very few Asians. Like, at my high school, you know, we had a class of like 360 kids, and I was one of maybe five Asians in my graduating class of 360. And when I say Asians, that includes Koreans, Filipinos, Chinese, and yeah. So I was one of 5, and of the Chinese people, I was probably one of 3 of the 360 kids in my class. So not a lot of people were speaking Chinese, as you can imagine. Especially if you didn't really speak Chinese at all and you're trying to teach yourself. You didn't really have anyone to talk with, anyways. And my family didn't speak Chinese either, really. Like, my mom sort of did, and my dad sort of did, but they never spoke it at home. So trying to teach myself Chinese in high school was very difficult, especially considering how the internet was back then, which was, say, I had 56k internet. Not a lot of resources to go with. I had free 56k internet. We didn't even pay for 56k.